This is the Two Scrappy Chicks podcast where life is messy, the stories are real, and we dare to talk about it anyway. Hi, everyone. We are so glad that you are joining us again today. Happy Tuesday for you, happy Sunday for us. We are going to start today's episode with a chame. Um, I think Ginger and I have had this conversation in depth when there are certain cases that are very emotionally driven, I'll say. And I told Ginger I like to be like Dan Bongino. I don't like to voice my opinion publicly. Like Ginger hears me voice my opinion all the time. Whether I have information or not, that's substantiated. She lets me rant. She's a good girl.
That's right.
I like to wait before I say things publicly, especially online, because true or untrue, or people think you're saying things that aren't true. People are very emotionally driven. It's the only thing I can think of to say that when they believe something, they all automatically start going for the pitchforks and the torches. It's like, can we all take a step back, take a beat, take a breath, and let's all find out the details because something horrific happened. And there is not a single person that would ever say that just one way or another that you are going to try and find a way to justify someone's actions or behaviors. It's not justification. It's trying to find out how did we get here so that we can prevent this from ever happening again. Can we all get on the same page with that? I don't
Yes.
know, Ginger, what do you think?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's always been my intent. How did we get here? Because we didn't get here by happenstance, okay? We got here because of XYZ, connect the dots. And there's a lot of blame to go around, a lot of shame to go around, a lot of judgment going around. And I'm initially, when I heard about this case, I thought it was, and we're simple people. Simply, a lot of people, it's black and white. I don't have a lot of gray area in my life. I don't. It's either one way or another. And if I have questions, I'm going to do research. So when I first heard about this case, I thought, oh my God, that's horrible. And then, of course, I couldn't watch the trial. That's too triggering for me. That's too hard for me to listen to. Because from what I understand, she's saying that she did these things. Okay. As the case has gone on, and I'm watching very credible sources, more and more is coming out that is very troubling in the sense that this woman was not abusive or neglectful. Quite the contrary. The reports are saying that she was a very good wife, mother, friend, daughter, that she was struggling before she got pregnant with the third child with depression and anxiety. Then, of course, after she had the baby, those feelings intensified. And any woman that's had a baby, whether it's your first, your second, your third, I had four, that hormone letdown can be very dramatic. And depending on where you're starting from, that can send you straight to the bottom or just kind of keep you in a limbo. And for Lindsay, I think she was struggling for months and she actively sought help. And yet, when you try to go online and tell people, I understand that you're upset. No one is advocating that this is okay. I want us to understand why this is happening. And as more information comes out, I want to know, where was the husband? He was working from home. He knew what was happening. You're there every single day. Where's his culpability and responsibility? She didn't get here alone. Family, where's their responsibility and culpability, especially after she was just hospitalized? And I'm not going to mention some other things, but when I go online and I try to say, as a woman and who came and survived by the skin of my teeth, a very abusive situation where I'm very lucky to have gotten out of. I know what it's like to have your sanity, your mental health ground into the ground by the person that's supposed to be there to love you and support you and take care of you. And instead, you are struggling and spinning and trying to support yourself and your children. And it's a no-win situation to where you can, and she was on medication. I was never on medication, thank God. I can't even begin to say where I would be. And yet there are people who just come after you for even saying that I support Lindsay as a woman, as a mother, for going through the struggles that she went through, because again, I can see I can see and understand what it's like to be in such a horrifically abusive situation and then being on medication that I can't relate to. I can't even imagine. But people come after you, and people are vicious. They really are. And then they're telling you that because you support someone, I support finding out how this happened so that she gets the care that she needs and that it never happens to anybody else. And I had someone ask me, well, would you feel the same way if a man did this? Yes, if a man had been as actively seeking help and going to the doctors, therapists, not just one, not just two, multiple, going to the, being hospitalized and being put on all kinds of medications. And yeah, I'd ask you would have to look at the wife. What are you thinking? What's happening here? Why would she, by any stretch of the imagination, be left to care for these children on her own after what she was going through? It hadn't stopped. It was just seemed to be getting worse. And he leaves to pick up dinner. Why would you do that? I just don't understand. Help me understand. But I'm the evil one. I'm the crazy one. I'm the one that, has no problem with what happened to those poor babies. No, that's not true. I want to know how we got here. And then for you to come on and then start stalking people on their other social media thing. And it's like, okay, but I'm the crazy one, and now you're stalking people because they don't agree with what you're saying. I'm putting forth some facts, and you don't like the fact that I'm doing that. What do you think it is about that, Ginger, that people find so threatening? I mean, I'm genuinely curious. What do you think it might be?
I don't know, but interesting you should talk about that. Um, it's not so much the stalking. So a friend of mine sent me, I guess this actress is from General Hospital. I'm not going to name her name. She's a liberal, and she's been known to be mouthy, and people don't like it. And she had the nerve to say, well, you can't avoid politics. Politics is everywhere. And pretty much stating that if you don't agree with her, you're wrong.
Mm-hmm,
And I was
mm-hmm.
just like, oh, okay, I'm back to categorizing you in the CUNT word. You know, what the heck? What is wrong with people? But yeah, that was pretty creepy with the stalker. Um, which the shame leads into our main thing we want to talk about. But before we do that, I would like to apologize. I'm probably too far from the mic. Sorry. I'd like to apologize to my reality listeners of um, delay. As you'll see, today's Sunday. I dropped 4 episodes. OC Housewives, The London Housewives, Big Brother, and then Married at First Sight. Keep in mind, Married at First Sight is 3 episodes. So it's been a busy work week, and throw in pet sitting in the mix. And then by the time I got home, I was just like too tired. And I'm already doing podcasts late and falling asleep. And I'm sure everyone's getting a kick out of the sleeping podcast, the sleepy podcaster. And also, I was supposed to go to the sound healing and the Highland, I think, yeah, the mini Highland cows. And I canceled. I did not go because I wouldn't have been driving back in the dark until later. And I felt like, this is probably not a good idea. And it's a good thing I did cancel because I pretty much came home, ate, and fell asleep. and that was around 6. And my body was just saying, hey, you need a break. You're tired. So I was in bed by 8:30 on a Friday. So, was very energized, the next day, which was good, and did yard work. And then that kicked my butt. So trying to take it easy because, busy work week. So yeah, so I apologize. So if they don't get out on time, I'm apologizing in advance. Just know that, this is not our only thing that we do. We do full-time jobs and stuff, so just a little grace. But we're pretty good and consistent about our Tuesday episodes. And you do your solo and sovereign when, at your convenience. It's me with the reality stuff that I'm trying to get it out there on time. So Jess.
Did you answer my question though?
Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me turn this up. Did you ask me a question?
Yeah, why do you think people get so vicious when you try
Because
to?
they're like so hell bent on that what they're feeling and thinking is the right way, and how
Mhm.
dare somebody else have a different opinion.
Right. And you know me, like you know me very well. Actually, you've gotten to know me very well. I can be a little bit of a hothead. I can be very emotional too. On the same token, if I'm going to speak publicly on something, I'm going to make sure that I've got my data and my information. I'm not going to repeat anything or just spin conjecture or just simply go out of off of my emotions because that's not going to help us. It's not going to help. I want to help women because we have to help each other. And doing this pitchfork torches thing and people saying all kinds of nutty crap. It's like this has like I'll give you one for instance. Someone mentioned Susan Smith
Mm-hmm.
in relation to this case. Ginger,
Okay.
you and I know about that case
Yes.
because that was during what was that, the 90s, early 90s when that happened?
That
I would have to look it
was
up. But anyway,
November of 95. And how I know that is
thank you.
I had just given birth to Kevin, and I'm seeing this on my screen, and I'm thinking, oh my God, that poor mother, where are the kids?
Right. So Susan Smith was not seeking help, mental help, for months on end. She was having an affair, and the guy that she was having the affair with or seeing didn't want children. She just wanted to be free of her responsibilities, so she drowned them in her car, rolled them into a lake, and then claimed that her car was hijacked. Ginger, can you find one similarity in there aside from that she killed her children?
No,
I fail to see where this is anything like what Lindsay did in terms of the situation. It's completely different. Susan Smith, she planned this. Like she had an
yes,
idea in her head, and
premeditated.
like, thank you. That's the words I was looking for. And I want to know, where was the husband? He was there. He worked from the home. Where were the professionals? Where was her family? Where were the friends? Family on both sides. They all saw her deteriorating and spiraling. She was even hospitalized, and yet no one thought to think maybe she needs to be taken out of the home. Maybe she needs to be away from the children. Maybe she needs to get out of this situation before she harms herself, the children, or somebody else. Did that thought never, like, everyone's waiting for the other person? You want to know what I think?
Hmm.
This is what I think. I think nobody wanted to be bothered, that it was too much, especially the dad. Oh my God, give a man the responsibility of taking care of an infant and two toddlers while she's somewhere, trying to get well? No, no, no. He wasn't going to do that. He wanted her home to do the physical and mental labor. He was going to have her there. That's my personal opinion. And I could be wrong. I'm telling you, it sure doesn't look that way, does it? What, see, now this, and then they're going to blame her. What would people have her have done differently? Months and months, specialist after specialist. She was even was hospitalized, was on multiple medications. What else? She should have been removed from the home, but yet they kept sending her home. And I'm sure he wanted her home. because he didn't want to do the work. He didn't want to take care of those three children by himself, and nobody else wanted to either because everyone's like, "It's she's fine. She's not going to do anything. She's fine." Really? Guess what? She wasn't fine. Now nothing is fine. And I
Yeah.
hope
So,
all of them, right? I hope all of them have to live with this, and they do for the rest of their lives. They're gone. There's nothing that anybody can do. Those children, those poor innocent babies, have paid the ultimate price for what? What good are these mental health systems? And people don't want to talk about politics, and they want to send, you know, they want to send counselors into, you know, criminal situations to calm things down. They can't even take care of a woman properly going through postpartum psychosis and depression, and just take her out of the home. Take her out so that she can actually be somewhere away from everybody and everything, away from her husband, away from the children, away from everything, where she can actually get some help, because we wouldn't be where we are today. If she really did this on her own, all on her own, she had help getting there. And they're all culpable, they're all responsible. And in my opinion, there should be a law. Why isn't this guy facing some kind of charge? You saw what was happening, you were in the home, but yet it's all her fault. Ginger, please help me make it make sense. And
yeah.
everyone is going after her and women because they just want to see her, they want to see her pay and suffer.
Yeah. I want to share something with you. Obviously, this episode's going to be
Heavy.
about Lindsay Clancy. I'll put a trigger warning in
Yes.
the show notes.
Yes.
So this is from Akeisha Donaldson. It's lengthy, so bear with me.
Oh, yeah, I heard about this case. Go ahead.
No, this is still Lindsay.
Oh, because there is another case. And I want to say the woman's name is Keisha. Keisha. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. No. So she's talking about the people who showed up outside the court in pink, that it's not representing that they're supporting murder.
No, right. They're
And sh
not.
and she said, I'm so sick of this assumption. It's clearly from people, mostly men, who haven't listened to one day of the trial. I thought
Yep.
it would be an open and shut case, and then things weren't quite adding up, a lot of things. Most of
Right.
these people in pink either think that Patrick Clancy did it, or at the very least, he's partly culpable because he didn't protect his children. His
Yes.
wife just checked out of a psychiatric facility, and his father offers to come over and help watch the kids to give Lindsay a break. Then he refused help and left her alone with the kids when
Yes.
he knew
Yes.
she didn't know what was real. This is
Yep.
neglect and endangering your own kids. Where was
Yep.
Patrick while she was in a psychiatric facility? Oh, on a ski trip. Where
Oh.
was he a couple weeks ago after his kids were murdered? Costa Rica. And where was his new wife that he said he had not met yet? Oh, Costa Rica. What a coincidence, huh?
Oh.
And
Coincidences. Yeah.
and then it says, if you buy that, I got some oceanfront property in Arizona for you. So
Right.
it says, if Lindsay did it, he played a part. We want his
Yes.
part to be looked at. Why is a
Yes.
confession of somebody hearing voices and telling others
Yes.
she's having suicidal
Yes.
ideation being taken as legitimate? She didn't know what was real. We just want every stone unturned. And
That's
yes,
right.
help for Lindsay. She went to doctors time after time looking for help. She's
Yes.
desperate. They gave her over 13 different medications, very irresponsible, and should be held accountable as well.
Yes. That. Oh yeah. And let's not leave them out of this, because they are a huge part of this problem too. It's because if anything they were doing was helping. She had help. She had help.
Yeah.
Help not getting help,
And
because they
then,
did not do anything but give her medications. I mean, it's nauseating how vile these professionals are. They should all lose their freaking licenses.
okay. And then Lindsay needs long-term psychiatric care, in my opinion. I think this is obvious. We just want some answers, because how did she confess to Patrick um to what I I don't think we can say the K word, to what she did to
Right.
the kids if her throat was
Yes.
cut? and her body
Right.
temp was 82 degrees, and she was unresponsive when the ambulance arrived.
Right.
They
Now,
didn't.
I actually have some data on the body temperature thing. So when you're done, I'll read a little bit of that. Go ahead.
Okay. So they didn't share the 911 call to the public, but those that were there testified she was heard moaning in the background. One lady said she mumbled basement, but she was not in shape to say complete sentences or make confessions. He got to the kids before the EMS or the police. He said he was untying the bands when he got there, but evidence shows they weren't ever tied, and Lindsay's fingerprints weren't on the bands, only his. Her fingerprints weren't on the knife she supposedly used to cut her throat and wrist. She crushed her pills up before taking them. Seems like someone does when they're drugging somebody. The pills were in his vehicle, not the house. Things that don't add up. The time for her to unalive the kids and herself and be at 82 degrees when EMS arrives. The Costa Rica trip. All his New York trips and races him and Rachel were in together before the children were unalived. Creepy that Rachel looks like a clone of Lindsay. The ski trip while she was in the psych ward. Why did he change his shoes between CVS and the restaurant? His fingerprints on the exercise band, not hers. No fingerprints on the knives. The email sent at 5:24 from the Surface Pro. I guess that's a laptop. But he
Okay.
says he was gone at that time. Uh, it taking over 15 minutes to CVS when it was 3 minutes away. The kids were eating dinner when he left, put their plates were okay. The kids were eating dinner when he left, but their plates were on top of the CVS bag. The call to Lindsay where she okayed the generic brand, but Pedialyte's name brand was what he bought. Him assuming the kids were taking a bath when she called, even though they were already in PJs when he left. Lindsay crushing up pills to unalive herself and slitting her wrists along wrong as a nurse in a superficial manner. The Google searches about suicide that took place while she was taking the kids to the doctor. He says the Wi-Fi didn't work to call 911, but 911 doesn't require Wi-Fi. Also, it worked to send the email at 5:24. 1.7 million given to Patrick in a GoFundMe campaign. His house was later bought by Michael Phippen, former DA. That's interesting. Patrick said he gave Cora CPR, yet evidence shows no CPR was given. He was found sitting on the couch in the basement, not trying to save his children. And that's not even all the inconsistencies. What else did I miss? She
Yeah,
goes,
we're not talking about the second phone that was found either.
yeah. It says, we want a real investigation and for it not to be okay for a husband who abandoned his children to go on a guy's nights while his mentally ill wife watches kids to hold zero accountability. Rest in peace, Cora, Dawson, and Callan. More than anything, we want this case to shine a light on postpartum depression and psychosis and for women to get the help and support they need. If you see a woman struggling, reach out. If you are concerned for her safety or her children's, say something. If you need a help, call a friend. Call police. Please tell somebody. I know it feels embarrassing, but I promise you every mother has been at her wit's end and will understand. And then she wrote a disclosure, so I will read that too. For entertainment purposes only, this is my opinion and what I've gathered. I am not involved in the case. If there are any corrections I need to make on any facts, times, anything, please comment below and provide your resource. I'm happy to make corrections. Now, another one, Tony Clifford. This is a timeline and says, what if January 24th wasn't the beginning of the story? So, timeline October 2022. Rachel Dennis is back in New York and working in Brooklyn. November 2022. Patrick takes a 2-day work trip to New York. He comes home November 3rd. November 4th. He leaves again, this time for California with Cora. What if Patrick and Rachel already knew each other? What if New York just wasn't a work trip? What if conversations about another life had already started? Okay, now the apartment. January 16th, 23. A Manhattan apartment that will later be connected to Patrick through Heard with Love goes on the rental market. January 22nd, it comes off the market 2 days later. January 24th, Cora Dawson and Callan are unalive. Lindsay is catastrophic. See, here's me in my words, catastrophically injured. Then watch what happens. March 9th, the same apartment goes back on the market. April 2nd, it comes off again, and shortly after, he relocates to Manhattan. Tell me you don't at least want to know who rented that apartment in April, because I absolutely do. Then the Massachusetts life starts disappearing too. The home is sold. He's living in New York, and him and Rachel are together by 2024. And then here comes that apartment again, listed in February 8th of 2024, rented off the market February 19th. Right around the same time, Patrick and Rachel are known to be together. And then later, Patrick's nonprofit, Heard with Love, uses that same Manhattan unit as its address. So my question is no longer simple. Why did the apartment come off the market 2 days before January 24th? How far back does his connection with that apartment actually go? Um, because if he can be connected to that unit in April 2023, then the timeline becomes apartment available, apartment removed, January 22nd. And then January 22nd happens with what happened with Lindsay and the kids. Then the apartment's available again. Then it's not. And then he moves to Manhattan. So, I mean, this is very interesting about this apartment and the
Mm-hmm.
cycles and
Mm-hmm.
trying to establish
Mm-hmm.
when he est-
Mm-hmm.
actually established a relationship with Rachel. Like, how long did he know her? And then having that organization, having that address of that apartment. And and then she goes on to or no, yeah, Tony's a girl. Okay. Goes on to say Rachel just returned to New York months before all of this, and he was traveling to New York months before all of this. Then he was traveling across the country. So, um, she says
So
her
yeah, so he
theory.
didn't care.
Yeah.
Right.
So the theory she lists that another life was already being built before January 24th. A New York life, a relationship, a place to live and exit.
Yep.
And then she said,
But ignore that. But
yeah.
ignore that. Yeah.
And then something happened that completely removed the life Patrick had in Massachusetts from the equation. Does that prove he planned anything? No. And I'm deliberately saying that because I don't have the least messages, travel records, or communication that would prove it. But if investigators never seriously asked whether these connections existed before, then that's why it bothers me.
Right.
Um, so yeah, I mean, she goes on to ask questions about the apartment and Rachel and all that. And and she says this timeline deserves to be looked at very differently. And he got 1.7 million for the GoFundMe. And I heard he was supposed to be paying for the funerals and stuff with it. And he said he forgave Lindsay, was gonna pay for her lawyer fees, and he didn't. And I'm
No.
sorry, when he was on the stand
Shocker.
talking, he um was what's the stoic? Is that a good word to describe him?
Emotionless.
Yeah.
Emotionless.
Yeah.
Oh, no
And
grief.
and he found the kids like that. I mean, come on. I mean, I
Yeah,
know
I know.
guys aren't emotional like women, but come on.
Oh, yes, they are. Ginger, let's go back to Susan Smith. Do you remember seeing them on TV where she was fake crying? That the husband, the dad, was crying.
Okay.
He was so upset. He was devastated.
Well, I guess
So
I'm
no,
speak I'm
I don't
s-
believe this bullshit. You
I
know
guess
that
I'm
men cry differently. They cry.
okay. I've not seen many men do it. So, my bad. Some do, some don't. But you would think he would be emotional, and he was just very matter of fact, stoic, and like it was nothing. And he did marry her. When did he marry her? Did he marry her this year quietly? And so now you said supposedly she's pregnant. Is that what we found out? Hello? Did I lose you, Lucy? Hello? Where'd you go? You're not there. Okay, I'm gonna have to pause it because I think I lost her. Hang on, guys. Okay, just a little glitch. We're back. So, where we left off is I was saying I haven't seen a lot of men emotional and cry. And you had mentioned about, Susan Smith and her husband crying, which yeah, I do remember that.
Yes.
And so like the first one that I read about why I guess it was kind of a distraction with those women in pink, outside the courthouse. Kind of like when they had that distraction during Karen Reed's trial and they had to like put up barriers and further away so jurors couldn't hear. But there's just gaps and it needs to be looked into. And also, what a coincidence that it's Massachusetts where Karen Reed had her trial, too. Same state. So, what the heck is going on with that state? And, oh, here's a question. I follow, I don't have time to watch the trial, so I listen to Amy and TJ about it. Is he still, I know he testified, is he still going there every day of the trial or no?
Who?
Patrick.
Oh gosh, like I said, I'm not watching the court case. I'm watching snippets as I'm watching other people talk about it because I can't sit through it.
Yeah. That's dedication because it pretty much runs all day, but there has been instances where the judge has let them go early. And I mean, gosh, I can only imagine being a juror on this and what is going through their mind. Do they have any estimate about how much longer the defense is going to use?
No, but thank God that she has the attorney that she has. Is that guy not a freaking rock star?
I know he's 75 and yeah, he's
Oh,
good. Did you see the clip? I don't know who it was he had on the stand that he was talking to, but he was showing him something. And that guy, he was a bald guy, and that guy's not even looking at him. He's just looking out into the courtroom, and people are like, what the heck is he looking at? It's like he wasn't taking him seriously.
right.
So I don't know. This just hit a nerve, and my other thing was that I thought about. Is there a possibility he was abusive to her?
Oh, I'll bet he was. I bet he was. That's the thing is like I just feel like it's going to take time for this all to come out. But it's going to come out because people like us and other women like that was what was that? Was that woman a nurse or that woman that you had read the story about who had all these
Um,
questions? Very good points that she made.
One was Natasha Donaldson, I believe, and the other one was Tony Clifford. So thank you to those two posting, on Facebook.
Yeah, it's
I know this is kind of,
I'm very yeah, it makes me sad, it makes me upset because
hmm,
here's the thing, the babies, the children always pay the price because the adults can't adult. And here's the thing, she needed actively seek this guy doing? Going skiing, going to wherever. Um, didn't care about my internet's doing that thing again. Can you hear me okay?
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Um, there has to be culpability and responsibility for the other adult in the home. I'm really just done. And so are so many other women. I am so glad to see the women coming together and finally just saying, enough's enough how women are being treated. We literally have to do everything. And she wasn't getting the support that she needed. And the men, provider and protector. Okay, where was her provider and protector? Tell me where. Who was providing and
Right.
protecting for Lindsay's health and well being so that she could take care of these children? The children had to pay the ultimate price. And I'm sorry, not sorry. Everything that that woman listed, you know where my mind is. I
Yeah.
know who got us to this position, okay?
Yeah.
And now that you're saying all those other points, do we really need, but I see it has to go through the legal system, okay? It has to go through the legal system, it has to go through the channels. The problem is that it's heavily male influenced according to the male structures that are in place that are not favoring women and children. And this is where we are too. So it's not an easy situation for women, and we all need to come together as women and support each other because this did not have to happen. It never has to happen again.
Yeah.
So if there is a woman out there, your sister, friend, an auntie, um, someone, women have got to feel like they've got each other's backs. And when so many people failed her and these kids, and again, I just feel like people just didn't, they just, in their minds, just didn't want to face the fact that this is what was happening. Like, this is happening, people. And you're just waiting for what? The experts, quote unquote experts, to tell you what needs to happen. And here's the thing I can tell you right now. Do you remember Terry Schiavo?
Why does that sound familiar?
Remember, she was with this very abusive man. She stopped breathing um, because she was doing some kind of strange or strict diet or whatever. But again, hearsay. I can't get into the details of that case. But remember, she died. They brought her back, but she was severely mentally. She had a lot of brain damage, and the family was fighting him to so that they would take care of her. And he said no. He was gonna. It was his wife. She didn't want to live that way, and he wanted her taken off life support. And they starved her to death.
Oh.
Remember, because of the husband.
This is a
You
while,
remember?
while back.
While back, yeah. Because the man, he was making the decisions, Ginger. Well, what do you think is happening now? He was making the decisions. He was calling the shots. Because I can tell you, the family's not going to, and the family, I implore you, you all need to call out what he was saying, doing or not doing, or telling you what not to do. Because didn't you say in one of those points that the dad wanted to come and give her a break? And I'm sure he was like, no,
Yes.
she's fine.
Yes.
Ah, she's overreacting. You know women and their hormones. Bet me. Bet me. Just like that. He was calling the shots. So guess what? Now he should pay the ultimate price because those poor babies, whoever did it, happened inside that home, and we all need to make a lot of noise until people start seriously investigating this and finding out either way, whether she did it or she didn't do it. We need to know exactly what happened so that we can prevent this from ever happening again. Period.
Let me give you an example. What I and you know what I deal with. So when I feel that my husband's ammonia is high or his potassium is low and he's not in his right mind, do you really think I'm gonna walk out that door like thinking, oh, he'll be fine? No. Um, he that's how, we end up in the ER because I know when things aren't right. And granted, we don't have young children, but we have dogs. And he could like not thinking clearly because that's what high
Right.
ammonia and low
Right.
potassium does. He
Right.
could mistakenly go to the front door and open it to let the dogs out, and then they're,
Yes.
you know, instead of the
Right.
back. So
Right.
yeah, it is my responsibility because if
Mm-hmm.
I did, leave knowing he was in that condition and something happened like he fell
Right.
because he will have a balance issue too with that. I couldn't live with myself. So, yeah, I mean, I
Well,
know
society as a whole would hold you accountable anyway. So,
yeah.
yes. But you're right.
So,
You're just being responsible.
yeah. Yep.
Yes. I agree.
I
You're
know
right.
it's probably no comparison because it was children involved. But my point is, when you see somebody is not right, you don't leave them. Not even for an hour,
No.
half hour, how
No, you
long he
don't.
was gone.
No. No. Right.
Maron.
Yeah. Maron. All signs point to a certain individual. Okay. Period. End of story. Regardless of how it happened, that was the other adult in the home, and I can guarantee you there were things happening in that home that people are just afraid to say. I implore family and friends, you need to start coming out. You need to start getting loud. You need to start coming out in the public, and you need to be exposing everything that happened, good, bad, or indifferent. I'm not saying one way or the other. I don't know. I wasn't in that home. I'm just saying it's looking really bad. And not for her, for him, and everybody else who stood around and watched this catastrophe unfold. And I think they were prevented from helping. That's my personal opinion. And I could be wrong. Maybe they just didn't want to be bothered. They didn't want the responsibility. I don't know. We need to know because this can never happen again. And we as women cannot depend on the providers and the protectors to do what they need to do because clearly that was, or the professionals. And you would think that would give you some sort of comfort. Well, she's getting help. She's been hospitalized and they're sending her home. That must mean she's fine, even though they themselves were witnessing and hearing the opposite. So then what do you do? And I'm just telling you, I think they were prevented from helping. Yes, I do. But, until people speak up and stand up for her, she's going to be, people are going to come after her and make her the problem. And you're not the problem when you're begging and seeking help over and over and over again for months and months and months. And then this situation happens. We're all angry. We're all sad. We're all devastated, which is why we're all so emotional. On the same token, we've got to take a step back and we've got to look at the facts of this case. We've got to dig. We can't let this go. We just can't. It's too important because the children, the babies, are the ones paying the ultimate price, and the people that that say that they care about women, babies, and children. Then you need to stand up and say something is wrong here. I don't know what it is, but we need to find out. We have to stand by each other as women. We have to, because I can guarantee you the systems are not set up to help us. We have to help ourselves. Plain and simple. Okay, getting off my soapbox now.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that about covers that as
Yes.
far as that. So, I guess we just, stay tuned and see what happens on a daily basis. You never know. But, um,
Right. To be continued.
yes. So, I'm going to share something with you. I don't know if you've
Okay.
heard it. Don't laugh. I'm going to sing. And this is supposed to be happy. I don't know if people have seen this. A friend sent it to me, so I do it every day. And I don't know if I sent it to you or told you about it. This guy started this movement, this little song, and people are swearing by things changing for the better. So here I go. Hold on, I gotta press play. Okay. It goes every single cell inside my body, every single cell in my body is happy and well.
Healthy and well. Right. Happy and well. Yes, right. I do. I have that song actually on my phone. I love it. It's great.
I'm so glad every single cell is
In my
happy and
body is
well.
happy and
Yeah,
well.
I'm
Yep.
so glad. Hold
Every
on.
single cell
Every
in my
single cell
body is
is happy. My
happy and
body
well.
is happy and well. So,
I think it says happy, but I always say healthy. So I'm sure I'm going against the grain on that one. But I'm sure that you're right. It's happy.
yeah. So I'm sure this is all over, and yeah, please don't laugh at my singing capabilities because I'm trying to listen to it and sing it at the same time, and it just wasn't working for me.
Yeah. So everyone go find it and listen to it. It is. It's a very endearing song.
Yes.
And our speech does matter. So when you say that to yourself, your cells are listening and they're going to go, "Oh, every single cell, that's me. I'm healthy and well. I'm
Yeah.
happy and well. Let's go for it. Let's go with that."
Yeah. Let me just read a few people of what they said this song has done for them. Um, Somebody wrote, slow down the comments so every single cell inside my body can actually read them.
That's cute. That's cute.
This one,
I
she said,
love
I
it.
was diagnosed with a tree nut allergy at 36 years old. All foods have been giving me panic attacks for the past 4 weeks. This song has given me so much safety and calm. When I am feeling overwhelmed after eating, I have sang the song and it works every time.
Love it.
Now,
Yes, we have to. There's so much toxicity and so much negativity. That's such a happy, positive song. We should all be singing that to ourselves.
this one wrote, does anybody accidentally say every single cell in my body is happy as hell?
Right? Hey, make it your own, right?
So yes, we had to, bring this was heavy, so we had to, bring some sunshine in. Next week, I'm going to share. I have a book club. My last book club is tomorrow. Um, Looking for new book club. We did Christina Applegate's book, so I will probably do a podcast, maybe a solo on that. But in this book club, we're wrapping up talking about her book. It's really good. I totally recommend it. And I think my next one's going to be Hayden Pantier's book. I didn't even
Yeah.
know she had a book out, but that's probably my next Audible.
Okay.
And next week, I'm going to share. We were going to do what are 10 songs, you know, of your life, childhood to now. I couldn't do just 10. I did 20,
Who?
and there's a meaning behind each one, and I will share that next time.
And
And
how did you come up with that? How did you do that?
this was one of the girls in the book club suggestion.
No, I mean the songs.
How
Like,
did
how
I
did you
come
do
up with
that?
the songs?
Yeah,
My playlist on Amazon.
I know, but I'm not understanding how you came up with that.
Oh, what part don't you understand?
All of it.
Okay, all right. Let me see if I can explain it better. Okay, so like I said, they said 10 songs. I did 20
Okay, who's
songs
they?
that you know of.
Who's they, honey? Help me.
I don't know. This came from one of the girls in the
Okay,
book
and
club.
she's okay at the book club, and she said to do this. Why?
Well, I think it's a fun experience. You pick out songs
Okay,
that correlate to your life, and each one has meaning.
okay.
So, here, I'll give a spoiler. I'll give one of them. Let me think. Okay,
I
and
need
this is
context.
and this
You
is
go
probably
ahead.
going to make Ashley cry. Phil Collins, the song from Tarzan, "You'll Be in My Heart." When
Yeah.
my animals pass, I play that song
Oh
while I'm
Lord, you're gonna
sitting
make
with
me
them.
cry. Yeah.
and I started playing it and I started crying
I
because I'm
know.
like, "Oh my God, this is already August and in 2 months will be a year since I lost the both of them."
Ugh,
No, I don't have New Kitty yet. Still, I don't know. We had to get Annabelle trained in that, and then I
yeah.
don't know if I know Dexter will be fine with a cat, but she just,
Annabelle might use it as a snack.
well, yeah, because she already looks at him as prey and goes on the attack. So I would need probably a Maine Coon cat dog.
I know. I know. A cat that can defend itself. I know.
So so yeah. So there's your assignment. Pick out 10 songs correlating to your life for next week's podcast.
Relax. Don't do it. That's a
I
theme of
know
my
there was
life. I
so
shouldn't have done
many.
any of it.
That's why I ended up with 20.
Oh God, yeah, that's yeah. Well, here, um, I think the first. Well, see, for me, and just like you, because we're women or Italian or both, we're just emotional beings, very sentimental beings. Um, who was your very first crush, and what age were you?
Are we talking singer?
No, honey, anybody.
Well, if it's singer, it was Sean Cassidy,
Oh
and
my God!
and I still have his record, Born Late.
Do run, 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 do run, run.
Yes, Sean
And
Cassidy.
then remember when you got the record with his cute little face on there and his beautiful blonde hair, and
Mm-hmm.
inside the record came
Mm-hmm.
a poster?
Yes,
Remember?
yes, I made out with that poster.
Oh my God, I was so in love with him. I think I was like, what, 8 years old?
Yeah.
And around that time, and I gotta say, knocked him completely out. Like he was gone, kicked to the curb. Sylvester Stallone in Rocky, and he has been in my heart. Like he is my all-time favorite. Oh my God, what a beautiful man! And him and Barry Gibb, my two favorites. But Sean Cassidy. But now, like you said, now first of all, Sean Cassidy was my first crush as a singer. My
Mm-hmm.
first actor crush was the guy that was Robin in the series Batman and Robin that we used to watch when we were kids.
Okay. Um, Probably mine was, and you'll laugh, um, because my parents took us to see movies at such a
Uh
young
huh.
age, and we
Yeah.
seen Paul Newman and Robert Redford. Yeah, those two.
Yes.
When I was
Oh
very
God,
young,
beautiful,
single
right?
digits. Yes,
Ugh.
yes,
Did we not have like the most beautiful men to like crush on at our
mm-hmm,
age, in our
mm-hmm.
childhood and growing up and as teenagers? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Where are all the beautiful men now?
Oh, um, did you see? I don't know if I sent it to you. I sent it to Ashley. John Stamos had his 63rd birthday and he took a picture and he's naked but he cuts it off after the belly button. And I was just like,
Okay.
"Have mercy."
I don't
And
know if I think anybody is attractive anymore.
Greeks,
I'll have to
Greeks, I'm
think
telling
about
you,
that.
the Greeks are beautiful people, both men and women. They age very
Eh,
gracefully. I want
okay.
to be Greek.
I don't. You can be Greek.
Okay. Um,
I'm trying to think if there's anybody that I think is actually attractive right now, like in the movies. Yeah, I can't think. Have I said anything to you that I find
no,
anybody attractive?
no,
No, yeah,
no.
yeah, because there isn't any. I'm trying to think. I'm like, I have been watching. I've been watching. I finished Lucky on Apple. Um, I'm watching, or I'm almost, well, two more episodes for Furious with Emmy Rossum. Emmy, you're freaking amazing. Oh my God, what a great freaking series. Don't worry, no spoilers, but highly recommend. And what else was I watching? Oh, I finished Sugar. I'm very sad that Sugar is over. Second season of Sugar. I would like to see a third season of Sugar. Um, but yeah, I'm not crushing on anybody. I don't know why. That's okay. I survive. You can
Well,
do all the crushing for us.
Well, well, right now I'm obsessed with James Marsden. Thank you very much.
Yes, everybody knows.
James.
James, oh God save us.
Right.
It's okay.
I was gonna say something. We're talking about the crushes. Oh, uh, kindergarten. My first crush. I want to say and he moved away. He was blonde hair, blue eyes, and his name was Michael Zurich, I believe. And he moved away, and I was sad.
Can I tell you? And I think this is probably why I may have issues. But there was an older boy. I think I don't know. I'm not even going to say the name because it still gives me like the ick. Older, and he was like would come up to me and talk to me. And I'm telling you, I had never want to crawl out of my skin more than when this guy was around me. And everyone's like, but he's being nice to you. He's being, you have to go with your gut. And I'm sorry, in my gut, I wanted so far away from him. I even tried to avoid going to recess because he was out there. And he was older. And I don't know if he was maybe held back or something, but like Ginger, like I'm talking like I was probably, oh God, we did like grammar school. I'm not even talking junior high. Like this kid should have been in junior high, like that kind of mature. And he was like trying to like talk to me and everything. And I was like, he would corner me every single time I went out there. And I would just, and of course I didn't say anything. And I would just go to the bathroom and I would hide in the stall and hope that nobody, people forgot about me. Teacher came to find me. Why are you in the bathroom? Are you sick? No, I just don't go outside. I know, because I'm being stalked by this guy. Um, I just, um, I just feel like some people aren't relationship material, and I think I'm one of those people. And you know what? I'm okay with it. Let's not fit the square peg into the round hole. When it's for me, I always wanted to be a mom. I know I told you that. I just don't think I ever wanted to be in a relationship. So now I get my wish. So I'll let you do all the crushing and the stuff like that. I'm okay with that.
Okay, are you sure?
Yeah, like as I live and breathe. Like I said, I'm really enjoying these shows that I'm watching, and there are some very, attractive men, some very talented men in there. I'm just not like, and I think I've told you, hey, I find this guy attractive, I find that guy attractive, but that's as far as it goes. you know, I'm not gonna get too attached to anybody. I got bigger fish to fry.
Right?
We do, right? We have bigger fish to fry.
We do. Okay.
Oh, and can I
Well,
say a thank you, really quick before we say goodbye to everybody?
yes.
I want to say thank you to my daughter who took me out for brunch today. We went to Tasty Biscuit in Naperville. Lovely place. If you haven't been, you need to go. Fabulous food, great service, and her friend that she has known since like sophomore year in high school, and now she's gonna be 40 pretty soon too. She's like up there in the 30s. I know I sound so young, don't I? I was young when I had her. I was only 20. And he came. We had a very nice visit. And it's just like, it's those, and you get to spend time with your daughter and your grandson. And aren't those just the most glorious moments, the most happiest, fulfilling moments in your life?
Yes.
Ginger, talking to you,
Yes.
honey. And that just makes me very happy that people, take the time to spend time with you. And it doesn't have to be anything extraordinary or expensive. Just spend time with you. Go out to eat. Have a nosh and catch up. And yes, I just want to say thank you for my daughter and her friend who came to say hello after not, we haven't seen them for a while, and hope to see more of them. But yes, I'm just, I feel like my cup overflows. I feel very happy in the spot where I am right now in my life.
Yes, I need to
So
go to the
yes, that was
biscuit
all. Thank you,
place.
thank you.
I need to go to the biscuit place.
Pardon? Well, when you coming?
I don't know. I
When are
got
you
to get
coming?
my free printer too. I
Yeah,
need a new
right. You gotta
TV.
get your free printer.
Free
You're
printer.
welcome.
Yeah, free printer, and then in exchange, I give you a free TV.
Yes. See, guys, see, this is what friendship is, not transactional, reciprocal.
Mhm. Yes. Yes.
Reciprocal. We take
Yes.
care of each other.
Some people could take lessons on how to be a friend. No names mentioned.
Some people could take a lot of notes and be better people. But you know what? Let them. I'm going to let me.
Yes. Okay. Well, look for my reality stuff. As far as tomorrow, McBee Dynasty is done for the season. Not sure about it coming back. So at least tomorrow is Dancing with the Stars Pro. That's ending soon. But then Dancing with the Stars starts in September. And yes, I will be doing that. I love that show. Let's
And get caught up
see.
on Married at First Sight. It's getting interesting, people.
Well, it's almost done. It's the finale and then the reunion.
Yep.
So
Yep.
stay tuned where we find out what the heck did Felipe say.
Ugh.
Tori, run.
He gives me
Run, 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 run for Hyman's sake.
run, girl, run. Felipe gives me Star 80 vibes. Prove me wrong. Also, too, if you haven't listened to Solo and Sovereign lately, check out my latest one. I haven't done one for a week or so, but the one that I did about the Wicker Man, Wicker husband, check it out. It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I'm
Okay.
hearing more and more about that movie. I want to go see it. Is it out now or no?
No, October. You want to go together?
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
And then we'll do a
It's a
podcast
date.
review.
Yes. I'm so excited about this movie just because I just think it's such an interesting concept. And I
Yes.
love Olivia Colman. Like I said, I love Olivia Colman, and we love little Peter Dinklage. Love him. Loved him. You know who he was? He was really good. Game of Thrones.
I've never watched that, but I heard.
Oh, Ginger, you gotta watch. Oh my gosh, he was phenomenal. Mr. Dinklage, you are freaking amazing. He was phenomenal in that. They all were. I mean, oh my god. Anyway, okay, I'll shut up now.
Oh, oh, so I wanted to go over the rest of the reality
Yes. Sorry. Go
stuff.
ahead.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I forgot. Tonight is Big Brother, and the Secret Lives of Suburban Housewives. This is where they are they got like OnlyFans and stuff, and they're in a small town out of St. Louis. It's
Okay.
good. I like watching it.
Okay.
So I have that and Big Brother. So hopefully I can get those out tomorrow. And then tomorrow night is just Dancing with the Stars, the pro, looking for the next pro. Tuesday is Real Housewives of London. I need to finish House of Stassi. I have 3 more episodes. Wednesday, The Valley already wrapped up. So we have a Big Brother again. And then this Wednesday, we have Harry Jowsey doing his reunion from Who Wants to Marry Harry. Yeah, I think it's Who Wants to Marry Harry, something like that. Thursday, Real Housewives of the OC, another Big Brother. And then it will be my last Married at First Sight because that is the finale and the reunion. And I still need to fit in there this one on Roku. Maybe I'll watch an episode today. Age appropriate, where there's big gaps with the marriages. And you know, I used to watch 90 Day Fiance, and then they started with 90 Day Fiance like after, before, and I'm just it just was so much. Like I don't know. I guess I could check it out and see if I can get back into it. I don't know. Why do I like reality stuff? I don't know. I'm weird. Like, I don't know. It's entertaining because you're
It's
just like,
entertaining. Yeah. I can't watch them, but I'll listen to you because
yeah,
I that's all I can pretty much handle
yeah. Because you
with that.
shake your
And I
head.
want you to,
Sorry. You
huh?
shake your head and you'll be like, I wouldn't do that. You know?
Hell no. I know it's a hell no. You should use your cute little picture that you made of yourself falling asleep.
Yeah,
My
I'll post
our
that. I'll
sleepy
post that in
podcaster.
the group. And then I told Chat Jet, I can't talk. When I was,
Chet,
yeah, Chat GPT, when I was listening to the music, I one of the songs that came on was My Chemical Romance, and I was like, "That's it. I want to be emo." And I asked Chat GPT, "Give me an emo look," and I was just like, "Oh, that's interesting." And I sent it to Ashley, and Ashley goes, "That looks like me." So, Jess, maybe
Jess,
maybe I have Chat GPT make little ragu emo.
you should. It's so cute.
Yes. Okay. Well, that's it. So till next week. Everyone do your homework, do your 10 songs that, reflect describe your life,
Yes. Yes.
and we will share ours. I will share my 20,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
and we'll
Ginger, always the overachiever.
right, and then we'll do an update on the trial if anything like really
Yeah.
significant happens. So, all right.
Yes. Yes.
Once again, thank you. Like, subscribe,
Thanks, guys.
download, share, reviews. There's like over 50 in the group. So I expect that amount plus
Wakey,
downloads every
wakey.
day.
Wakey, wakey.
Yeah.
And who wants to be the next interviewee? Come on, guys. Be brave. Let's talk.
Yes. Yes. Everyone has a story.
Yes.
All right. Your mama.
Yo, mama.
That's for Ashley.
Bye. Okay. Bye.
Bye. We really appreciate you hanging out with the two scrappy chicks today. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, download, and share it with a friend. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, just let us know.